What if I told you that the most powerful thing you could say is nothing at all? The moment you stop explaining, justifying, or reacting, she begins to wonder. She expected you to beg, plead, or crumble under the weight of your emotions. Instead, you did something she never anticipated. You disappeared. Now, your silence speaks louder than any words ever could. Most men fall apart when heartbroken. They send long messages, trying to reason with someone who has already made up their mind. They ask why, beg for closure, and reminisce about the good times, hoping nostalgia will bring her back. But all this does is show one thing: he's still emotionally available. And in the game of attraction, emotional availability to someone who has already left is seen as weakness. But you're about to do something different. You're shifting from a mindset of desperation to one of stoicism. You won't seek closure, chase, or ask for explanations. Why? Because you don't need them. A man who knows his worth doesn't waste time convincing others of it. He doesn't prove his value through words. He proves it through his absence. Your greatest power lies in your ability to walk away and mean it. The moment you stop giving her the attention she expected, she'll feel the void. She'll notice the silence. As days pass, your name no longer lights up her phone, and she sees you moving forward without hesitation. Doubt will creep in. Did I make the right choice? Why isn't he fighting for me? Did he ever really care? That moment of doubt is far more powerful than anything you could have said. But this isn't just about making her regret her decision. It's about you stepping into a version of yourself that no longer seeks validation. It's about self-respect, growth, and becoming a man so solid, so grounded, and so internally powerful that the world bends around him, not the other way around. She expected you to break, to wait. What she never saw coming was your silence. If you're done feeling powerless and ready to step into your strength, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. 1. The ability to vanish. My greatest strength is silence. She anticipated a response: sadness, rage, perhaps even despair. However, she received nothing. And that quiet? She's going crazy over it. The fact is that people don't value things they don't have to worry about losing. She has no cause to miss you, to second guess her choice, or to sense your absence as long as she is aware that you are waiting in the background. However, everything changes the instant you vanish and stop talking. The human mind yearns for what it cannot have, and you become erratic and inaccessible. Disappearing isn't weakness or giving up. It's the most powerful move you can make. It forces her to face the reality of her choice and feel the weight of what she walked away from. She thought you'd chase her, but instead, you showed her something far more unsettling. You don't need her. And when a woman realizes that the man she expected to break is perfectly fine without her, doubt creeps in. She starts questioning if she made a mistake, replaying the relationship in her head, wondering if she took you for granted. That thought lingers, haunting her. But here's the key. This only works if you truly mean it. If your silence is just a tactic, if you're secretly waiting for her to notice, you've already lost. Real power comes from letting go completely, from understanding that your value doesn't decrease just because she failed to see it. Walking away isn't about making her miss you. It's about refusing to lower yourself for someone who doesn't appreciate you. So disappear, not to make her chase you, not to play games, but because your energy, time, and peace are too valuable to beg for someone's recognition. She thought you'd beg, but now your silence is breaking her. If you're done chasing ghosts and ready to reclaim your power, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I do not chase, I attract. 2. Take charge of what you can. Leave the rest alone. She left. She made her choice. Now, you have two options. Waste your energy trying to change what's already done, or channel that energy into something that truly serves you. A Stoic man understands a fundamental truth. There are things in life you can control, and there are things you can't. The moment you learn to separate the two, you become untouchable. You can't control her feelings or her decisions, but you can control how you respond. You can control how you carry yourself and the kind of man you become after this. So stop overthinking. Stop analyzing every conversation, every text, every little detail, hoping to find answers. It doesn't matter. The moment she decided to walk away, the situation was out of your hands. Now, your only job is to focus on what's within your power, your mindset, your growth, and your peace. Understand this. Every second you spend dwelling on her is a second stolen from your own self-improvement. Every thought wasted on what could have been is energy you could be using to build what will be. The man who masters his emotions masters his life. And that's what separates the weak from the strong. Here's the irony. When you stop trying to control the outcome, when you truly let go, that's when the power shifts. That's when she starts to notice. While she expected you to fight for her, to cling to the past, you did something far more powerful. You moved forward without hesitation. And that's something she never prepared for. She thought you'd wait, but instead, you chose yourself. If you're done wasting energy on what's out of your control and ready to focus inward, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I master myself. I master my life. 3. The quiet transformation. She thought you were just taking time to heal. She assumed you'd eventually crack, that one day you'd send that "I miss you" text or show up just as she expected. But instead, you disappeared into the shadows. And what emerged on the other side? A man she no longer recognizes. While she assumed you were suffering, you were building. You were evolving. You took the pain and turned it into fuel. You took the silence and turned it into focus. You didn't just move on, you leveled up. And now, the man she left no longer exists. Most people expect a breakup to break you. They expect you to stay the same, frozen in the version of yourself they walked away from. But the moment you step into the best version of yourself, improving mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally, you shift the entire dynamic. Now, you're not the man who lost her. You're the man she lost. And that's a reality she never prepared for. She'll see it, whether through mutual friends, social media, or just an unshakable feeling in her gut. She'll know you've changed. And nothing haunts someone more than realizing the person they walked away from was just a preview of who they were about to become. But here's the key. You don't do this for her. You don't level up to prove anything. You do this because you refuse to stay stagnant. You do this because your potential is far greater than any temporary heartbreak. You do this because your success, your peace, and your growth are things no one can ever take from you. She thought you'd stay the same, but now she wouldn't even recognize you. If you're done being defined by your past and ready to become the man you were meant to be, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I rise in silence. I build in the dark. 4. The psychological aspects of reverse pursuit. She thought she had the power. She thought you'd always be there, lingering in the background, waiting for her to change her mind. But now, something strange is happening. The roles are reversing, and the very thing she once ran from is now the thing she can't stop thinking about. Why? Because humans crave what they can't have. It's simple psychology. The moment you remove yourself as an option, the moment you stop seeking, waiting, and reacting, you trigger something deep within her subconscious. Scarcity. And scarcity creates value. It's no different than a luxury brand. If something is always available, always easy to obtain, people take it for granted. But the moment it becomes rare, the moment they realize they might never have access to it again, its value skyrockets. And now, she's feeling it. The man she thought she could replace isn't just gone. He's unattainable. The moment she senses that, the chase begins. She'll start with something small, a random like, a comment, a message, just to check in. But understand this, it's not about love, it's about control. She's testing the waters, trying to see if she still has access to you. A man who understands his worth doesn't fall for the bait. Here's the truth, if she really wanted you, she wouldn't be testing your availability, she'd be proving hers. She wouldn't be looking for validation, she'd be showing regret. And until that happens, you owe her nothing. No response, no reaction, no explanation. The second you stop chasing, you force her to face the reality of her own decisions. You make her question everything. And that shift, that's what makes her want you more than ever. Not because you played a game, but because you became the prize. She thought she was in control, but now she's the one chasing. If you're done running after people who don't value you and ready to become the prize, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I do not chase. I attract what is meant for me. 5. Learning to be the Stoic Alpha. She expected you to be weak, to break under the weight of her absence, to sit around waiting, hoping, yearning for another chance. But what she didn't expect was for you to become the kind of man who doesn't need her, or anyone else, to feel whole. Here's the truth. The most powerful man in the room is the one who is emotionally untouchable. The one who cannot be manipulated by compliments or destroyed by rejection. The one who remains centered, calm, and unbothered, no matter what happens. That's the Stoic Alpha, a man ruled by reason, not emotion. A man who walks away without hesitation when he is not valued. This isn't about pretending not to care. It's about truly embodying a mindset where external circumstances don't shake you, where a breakup, an insult, or a moment of rejection doesn't faze you, because you are grounded in something far deeper than fleeting emotions. You understand that your worth is not determined by anyone's validation. And that kind of energy, it's magnetic. It shifts the way people see you. It commands respect, because people, especially women, are drawn to strength. And nothing is stronger than a man who cannot be broken by loss. A woman may not always know what she wants, but she knows what she doesn't want. Weakness, desperation, neediness. She may not consciously realize it, but she will always gravitate toward a man who is self-sufficient, a man who wants her but does not need her. That's the man she can't forget. The man who leaves a lasting impression. The man who makes her wonder, what does he have that makes him so unshaken? And that, my friend, is the moment everything shifts. When you stop looking for approval, when you stop explaining yourself, when you realize that you are the source of your own power, your own peace, your own success, that's when you become the kind of man who never has to chase again. She thought you'd stay weak, but instead, you became untouchable. If you're done being ruled by emotion and ready to become the man who commands respect, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I am unshaken. I am in control. 6. No contact is not a game. It's a lifestyle. She thought your silence was just a phase. a tactic you'd eventually abandon. She assumed you'd slip up, check in, or break the silence, proving she still had some control over you. But here's what she doesn't understand. No contact isn't a strategy. It's a standard. It's a lifestyle. A man who values himself doesn't keep doors open for those who walked away. He doesn't wait for breadcrumbs, seek closure, or hope for validation. He moves forward because he understands one thing. The past is the past. Anything that belongs there has no place in his future. This is where most men fail. They go no contact with an expectation. They think, if I stay silent long enough, she'll come back. Maybe she will. But the real power move? Not caring whether she does or not. When you remove expectation, when silence stops being a strategy and starts being a boundary, everything shifts. You stop waiting. You stop hoping. You stop thinking about her at all. And that's when the transformation happens. Not when she notices your silence, but when you realize it doesn't matter if she does. No contact isn't a tool to win her back. It's a declaration. You will never beg for someone who failed to see your worth. And that's what breaks her the most. Not the silence itself, but the realization that it's permanent. That she is no longer a factor in your life. That you're not coming back. Not now. Not ever. She thought this was temporary. But you've already moved on. If you're done using silence as a tactic and ready to make it a lifestyle, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I do not wait. I do not look back. 7. When she comes back, or doesn't, at some point, the silence gets to her. The absence becomes unbearable. And suddenly, she starts looking for a way back in. Maybe it's a simple, "Hey, how have you been?" Maybe it's a random like on an old photo. Maybe it's a full apology, telling you she's been thinking about you, that she misses what you had. And this is where most men fail. They see her return as a victory. I won. My silence worked. Now I can finally have her back. But here's the real question. Do you even want her back? Think about it. She left. She walked away. She made the conscious decision that life was better without you. So why should she get a second chance now? Because she's lonely? Because she regrets her choice? Because she wants to see if she still has access to you? A man who has mastered himself doesn't allow people to come and go from his life like a revolving door. He doesn't entertain those who only miss him when they see him thriving. And if she doesn't come back, even better. That just confirms what you already knew. She was never meant for the man you are becoming. Either way, the outcome is the same. You win, whether she regrets it or not, whether she tries to come back or never speaks to you again. It makes no difference. By the time she realizes what she lost, you'll be so far ahead, so evolved, so deeply invested in your own growth, that her absence no longer matters. She thought she had a way back in, but you've already closed the door. If you're done waiting for someone who left, and you're ready to embrace whatever comes next, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I do not accept what I once let go. 8. The final move, living so well that it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the real goal was never to make her regret leaving. It was never about making her miss you, reversing the roles, or proving a point. The real goal was to become so focused on your own life, your own success, and your own happiness that none of it matters anymore. This is the ultimate level of power. Not caring whether she regrets it, not needing closure, not seeking revenge, not waiting for her to realize what she lost. Because by the time she does, you'll be so far ahead, so deeply invested in the man you've become, that even if she begged to come back, you wouldn't even flinch. This is where you break free. This is where you step into a reality where you are the prize. Your purpose is your mission. Your energy is no longer wasted on the past, but directed toward the limitless potential of your future. You become a man so powerful in his own existence that even if she never realizes what she lost, you don't care. Because you've gained something far more important: peace, purpose, mastery. And that's the final move. Not proving a point, not getting her back, becoming so fulfilled, so whole, so untouchable, that the past simply fades into nothing. She thought you'd always care, but now you don't even think about her. If you're done living for the past and ready to build a future so great that nothing else matters, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I am free. I am unstoppable. Outro. The real power was never in getting her back. It was never in making her miss you. Never in playing some game of manipulation. The real power was in becoming a man so strong, so grounded, so completely fulfilled within himself that she became irrelevant. She thought you'd beg. She thought you'd crumble. She thought you'd wait for the day she changed her mind. Instead, you disappeared. You built. You evolved. And now? Now, you are untouchable. This is what Stoic power looks like. A man who controls himself. A man who controls his emotions. A man who controls his own destiny. A man who does not look back. Who does not wait. Who does not chase. A man who understands that loss is not an ending. It's an opportunity to become greater than ever before. And that's exactly what you did. You mastered yourself. You elevated beyond the need for closure, beyond the need for validation, beyond the need to prove anything to anyone. You became the kind of man that she and the world cannot ignore. She thought you'd suffer, but instead, you thrived. If you're done living in the past and ready to claim your power, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. This is Stoic Blessing. And remember, your silence is your power. The real power was never in getting her back. It was never in making her miss you. Never in playing some game of manipulation. The real power was in becoming a man so strong, so grounded, so completely fulfilled within himself that she became irrelevant. She thought you'd beg. She thought you'd crumble. She thought you'd wait for the day she changed her mind. Instead, you disappeared. You built. You evolved. And now, you are untouchable. This is what Stoic power looks like. A man who controls himself. A man who controls his emotions. A man who controls his own destiny. A man who does not look back. Who does not wait. Who does not chase. A man who understands that loss is not an ending. It's an opportunity to become greater than ever before. And that's exactly what you did. You mastered yourself. You elevated beyond the need for closure, beyond the need for validation, beyond the need to prove anything to anyone. You became the kind of man that she and the world cannot ignore. She thought you'd suffer, but instead, you thrived. If you're done living in the past and ready to claim your power, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. This is Stoic Blessing. And remember, your silence is your power.